What it do, wrestling world? Welcome to Over the Top Rope Wrestling. It's your boy, Mr. Steel, yo, Dibs. Now, the so-called YouTube champion has been defeated. He has taken
Yes.
a loss, and we are joined by the best producer in the world. And in about 4 weeks, it will be Kira Mania once again. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Kira. Kira, how you doing today?
I am great. How's everyone doing? It's me, your girl, the Tantalizing producer. It's me, your girl, the Tantalizing producer. And this is my first time on the Over the Top Rope Wrestling show.
Well, this might be for forever. You never know. We don't know how your dad, the Tantalizing Tony, will take this loss. But anyway, you know, we'll get to him another time. This is all about Kira today, everybody. But let's get right into the show. Kira Mania was in live effect yesterday at the Road to WrestleMania show at Madison Square Garden. She's going to tell everyone about the show, this and that, any surprises. Go ahead, Kira. The floor is yours.
Alrighty, so yesterday, me and Tantalizing, there's dogs running back there, so.
I see that. Making the show better.
Okay. We went to the house show for WWE. It was the Road to WrestleMania at MSG, and they were really talking it up. They were promoting it every week on Raw and SmackDown. So when we went, it was a pretty smooth ride. The security guards there were some security guards that were a little hostile, of course, but, oh my God. But, when is there not? So, before the show started, I surprised Tantalizing Tony with that belt up there, the dual-plated winged eagle.
What?
Yeah, he was surprised, but I caught it on camera. It's on the Tantalizing Tony show channel. Sorry.
It's all good.
So, yeah, so the show was really good. Michael, I'm on the live. So the show was good. It started off like there was, I think everyone but, who's the Intercontinental Champion right now?
Oh, Ricochet.
Yes, everyone but Ricochet defended their title last night and the women's tag team championships. But other than that, everyone defended their title last night, and it started off with no title changes. I'm pretty sure there was no title changes. So it was kind of weird because it was title match after title match, and we were like, something big's got to happen. There's got to be a title change, but there was nothing. So there was no surprises. It wasn't really a card, so we didn't know what to look forward to. But it was a pretty good regular night for wrestling. Everyone was there though. Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns, Becky Lynch, Charlotte, Ronda Rousey. Everyone was there last night. And, of course, Brock Lesnar had his match. It was not Bobby Lashley who he defended to because Bobby Lashley is hurt. So he defended against Austin Theory. Oh, Lord, poor Austin. He got smashed in a 2-minute match. It was a 2-minute match. And then Roman came out to, give him the business. But it was a pretty relaxed night. There were some good matches, and we got some good fan reactions, so really good.
Our good friend Norris, he says right here, but did the 24/7 title get defended?
I do not even like to count the 24/7 title as a championship. I just disregard that completely. No, it was not defended.
There you go, Norris. So let's talk about Roman came in and attacked Brock and left him a bloody mess. Were you shocked that happened and even Roman stepping over Brock with the 2 belts?
I was not shocked that it was going to happen. I feel like the way they did it was really good. It was a really nice execution by both of the men. after the show, Brock Lesnar was just laughing. Roman Reigns and the Bloodline left, and Brock Lesnar was in the ring laughing, cheering it up with the fans. So I like this new face that Brock Lesnar has going on right now because he's doing it so well. I wasn't surprised at all, though, that it was going to happen. I knew for a fact because Brock Lesnar was out there and he won. Roman Reigns was going to feel some type of way.
Yes, indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, thank y'all for tuning in to Over the Top Rope Wrestling Show. I'm Mr. Steal Dibs. We are joined by our producer, Kira. Tantalizing Tony lost the YouTube championship last night. So, he's having a bad day. But, hey, we are joined by Kira. And yesterday I was at RedStick Wrestle Con. So you're like, RedStick Wrestle Con? What is RedStick? Well, the city of Baton Rouge here in Louisiana means red stick. So there was a WrestleCon out here in Red Stick. They had wrestling and they had a lot of big guests. And I'm gonna show you some of the people that I got to meet yesterday. So let's start off with this. Are we ready, Kira?
Yes, we are.
All right. Who is that guy? Do you know?
I don't see anything.
Oh my gosh, he does not see anything. Oh my God. Let me get out because it said full screen. Let's try this again. All right, Kira, here we go.
I still see nothing. Is it me? Is it my screen? Am I supposed to have full screen?
I got it. There it
All
is.
right.
There we go.
Oh, nice.
That's
Mr.
Ron Simmons, to name a few. We also had DDP, JBL, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, Tatanka, Sergeant Slaughter, to name a few. I was very shocked because, yeah, Norris, I was very shocked because we don't really get any type of wrestling conventions like this out here in Louisiana, in New Orleans, unless we get a WrestleMania. But they had this. I had to go check it out and see. And I was very surprised by the amount of legends they had. Ted DiBiase, Greg Valentine, Virgil. I was very, very impressed. Even the wrestling they had from a small independent company called Gulf State Wrestling was also very, very impressive. So I was happy with the show that they put on in Baton Rouge. So hopefully out here we can get more wrestling conventions like this, and you know, like New York when y'all go up there, y'all have all the conventions.
Yeah, New York is the best.
There you go. We got a question from Mr. George Peppers. He wants to know is why Asuka has yet to be involved somehow for Mania. Is she still unable to compete? And if she is able, why in the world is she not on the card? Well, I'll go first, Kira. Well, Norris, we don't know. We don't know if she's healthy or she's still hurt or if she's being held. But I have a feeling, Norris, excuse me, George Peppers, excuse me. I have a feeling, George, that you might see Asuka on Monday Night Raw the day after WrestleMania. That might be your surprise. Holding her until Monday Night Raw. Kira, what do you think?
I've been waiting for Asuka for forever now. She's been MIA. I wanted her to come out for Royal Rumble. That was a no. There's no way she could get a storyline ready in time for WrestleMania, so that's a no. So I guess they may wait for Raw, or maybe she's done with WWE. Maybe she's done with wrestling. I don't even know. I don't know where she is.
I don't think she's done with the company, but I got a feeling that Monday Night Raw, because they like to make that Raw to WrestleMania very special. I think that's where we see her. Hassan Terrell, we doing good. Mr. Nathaniel Araby, you were there. You were by me. I was by you, sir. It actually was in Gonzales at the Lamar Dixon Expo Center. That's exactly where it was, Mr. Araby. Neil says WrestleMania has got to be effing awesome. It better be. You know why? Because we will have Kira Mania Part 2.
Yes, I'll make it awesome because right now it's looking a little mediocre.
Yes, indeed. Thank you, Norris, man. You have fun out there in Orlando. He is at AEW Revolution. We will see
Nice.
you at WrestleMania, my friend. We will see you at WrestleMania, Mr. Norris. You ever met Norris, Kira?
I don't think I have.
Cool guy. You will meet him definitely in Dallas. Now, let's talk about this Ric Flair Triple H relationship. You know, Triple H was, a student of Ric Flair's. He loved Ric Flair. He helped Ric Flair get his life back together when Ric Flair seemed down and out about wrestling, started Evolution and all that good stuff, and they were great friends. Well, the other day, Ric Flair was asked on his podcast whether he knew if Triple H was still working with WWE. Ric Flair responded that he has no idea because they do not talk. He has no idea. He said that they were incredibly close and now he never hears from him. So I don't know. What is your response? What do you think about this relationship all of a sudden sounding like it has gone sour?
Now, this could have gone one of two ways. Either there was something backstage wrestling related that they didn't say out to the public, or they just grew apart. Because that happens sometimes. You don't call for one day, you don't call for a week, it turns into 5 weeks and a month and a year. So that could have been the case. I really wanted to be something more interesting, like something went down backstage. But since they're not really saying anything to the public, I'm gonna assume they want to keep it private. So it must be something big.
Hey, Melinda, thank you for tuning in. Well, I'm going to say this because Ric Flair is not one to hold his tongue about anything in regards to his daughter, in regards to one time he and Shawn Michaels having words with one another. He will not hold his tongue. But ever since Ric Flair got divorced, he has been yappity yap about this and that, this and that. The WWE never called him when he got divorced, never checked on him, blah, 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 blah. Can we say the same about Ric Flair maybe not calling on others? Do we know if Ric Flair called Triple H when he had his cardiac event?
Right.
Can we don't know. What if Triple H says, I heard from all of my friends except for Ric Flair? Maybe that could be a reason why Triple H doesn't want to talk to Ric Flair.
Yeah.
We don't know. We don't know. There's more under the rug that we don't know. But I mean, I don't think it's hard for Ric Flair to pick up a phone to call Triple H and say, "Hey man, how you doing? Haven't heard from you in a while." The same can be said for Triple H. I don't think, just because you haven't heard from a guy in a while, that should stop y'all friendship.
Right.
You don't know what's going on both sides. You could just send an easy text and see what's going on. So I hope that this friendship can last. I wouldn't want to see it end due to the history that they have with one another. Melinda, we're talking about Ric Flair and Triple H relationship. They asked Ric Flair if he's heard from Triple H. He says, I don't know. He hasn't contacted me. He hasn't talked to me. So I just don't know. That is what's going on. We don't know what the real reasoning for, you know, this friendship going sour, but we only heard one side of the story. I'm just saying, what if Ric Flair didn't respond to Triple H when he had his cardiac event? We just don't know. We're trying to, just name ideas. Kira said something important, like sometimes, going through life, you just grow apart from people. It happens. It happens. I've always said as I've gotten older, my inner circle with friends has gotten smaller. You find out who your true friends are, which is Tantalizing Tony, but he's suffering from a bad loss, you know, about that. So why did I spell Ric Flair like that? Must have been an autocorrect, Joe. I'm sorry. I didn't even realize it. It is spelled RIC. My fault, Joe. Had to be an autocorrect. It wasn't me. Trust me. Melinda, some bad things going on in WWE? Yeah, definitely. Do you think so, Miss
Especially with
Kira?
Triple H. Especially with Triple H. Triple H has been in some. I feel like he's been in some heat with Vince McMahon because he cut him from like the creative position for NXT, and now NXT is going downhill. So there's got to be something going on backstage now. As of Ric Flair going back to the cardiac arrest thing, if he didn't check up on him, that was pretty public. The fact that Triple H had heart problems. So if that was the reason why they split up, like went separate ways, then that's a little upsetting.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back to Triple H's past because there was one time that Shawn Michaels and Triple H wanted to hold back The Rock. They did not want The Rock to be successful. And Bret Hart was one of the guys that stood up for The Rock. And as you see, The Rock was successful, yada, 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 whatever. And then, I don't know if Triple H had to change of heart later on in life, about not holding people back, blah, blah, blah. But there's this rumor that's going around. And I don't want to believe this rumor is true. Because I don't think The Rock is a vindictive person. But there's this rumor that The Rock and Nick Khan have been friends for so many years. And Nick Khan, since he was hired, wanted to get Triple H back. And by getting him back is doing what he's doing now. Getting rid of Triple H from NXT and taking over. I don't want to think that's true. I'm going to say that's false. But this rumor has gotten out in the past couple of weeks. What do you think about that?
Well, as far as like the pettiness goes of like getting back at each other, I watched the Pat McAfee and Vince McMahon interview, and Vince McMahon was like, pretty much every decision I make is like business. Like if it's not good for the business, then I won't make the decision. Nothing's really personal. So I don't know if it's just him or if it's like the whole team that feels that way. But I feel like they would make a decision based on how good it would do for the business. So I don't know if they'd really try to, because Triple H is good for the business. Like he gets ratings. So if he did that just to get back at him, I don't know. That's a little petty for a WWE employee.
Totally agree. Thank you for watching Over the Top Rope Wrestling Show. I am joined by our producer, Kira. If you haven't heard, Tantalizing Tony lost the YouTube championship. He's having a hard time dealing with it. So we have Kira filling in today. Now, everybody always has a fantasy booking of matches. Everyone. And with WrestleMania coming up, I like to know what are some of your fantasy bookings you would like to see at WrestleMania.
I feel like my fantasy bookings are like the rest of everybody else's, but it's just what everybody wants to see. I would want to see like one of the bigger matches, one of the main event matches. I'd like to see Roman Reigns beat Brock Lesnar, and I'd like to have The Rock come out. Like after all of the bloodline comes out with celebrations, or maybe Naomi comes out to celebrate Roman as well, and she gets added to the bloodline. I really want to see Naomi in the bloodline. Maybe Tamina comes out because she's been chasing a 24/7 championship. I don't know. So I want to see all the Samoan dynasty that's backstage come out to celebrate Roman Reigns after he wins. And then I want to hear that rock music. If you smell what the Rock is cooking, I want him to walk down the ramp, shake Roman Reigns' hand, and give him the rock bottom.
Yes, indeed.
I would love to see that.
Too Sweet Pistol Pete said you hit the nail on the head.
Yes.
He loves it. Rock.
That'd be perfect.
Well, I think that might happen.
I hope it does. I'm speaking it into existence.
Well, I've always had a fantasy booking of 2 matches for WrestleMania, which can still happen to this day.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know because 2 of the wrestlers are retired, but one is supposed to be maybe wrestling at WrestleMania. I don't know, but I've always wanted to see Brock Lesnar versus Batista.
Oh.
That was one. I've always wanted to see those 2 go at it. It never happened.
That's surprising.
Very surprising. Very surprising. I know Brock left early, and then Batista came back, and Brock came back. They both at WrestleMania 30. Still didn't happen. Also, Stone Cold versus Goldberg.
No.
No. Not even a 3-minute match.
I am sick of Goldberg.
Well, I'm sick of Goldberg too. I am. Don't get me wrong. I am sick. Now his last 2 matches, they've been good. I have to give him credit. But,
Yes.
But with Goldberg and Austin, both 55 and older, this got to be a quick match. Maybe a spear, dead press, stunner. Not long.
It'd be an iconic match. I thought you were going the direction of Stone Cold and Kevin Owens.
No, not going there.
But a lot of people have been wanting to see that. That'd be good. Stunner versus Stunner.
Correct. Kevin Owens had to get permission to use that stunner from Stone Cold, so it'll be nice. Melinda Ford says, not Goldberg. I know, Melinda. I know I'm not disagreeing with y'all when it comes to Goldberg, but man, I just want to see him in Austin.
That'd be an iconic match, though.
Yeah. Think about the crowd would go nuts still.
Yeah.
Too Sweet Pistol Pete says yes, Goldberg versus Austin. Hassan Terrell says, why are you sick of Goldberg? Okay, so Hassan. So, number one, due to his age, he's not able to have long matches. We know that. Number 2, he has trouble getting people up. Okay? The last couple times he tried to get the jackhammer, he could not hold them anymore. You saw with The Undertaker. You saw it with Bray Wyatt. And yes, it's because of his age. He's older, not as strong as he used to be. So just stick to the spears like he did against Roman and Bobby Lashley. That was fine. If he wrestled like that, like he did against Bobby and Roman, there's no issues. I gave him full credit for those 2 matches. Like, hey, he looked good. And that's where they need to keep it. He's not going to wrestle for long. He's not going to. But that's the only things, pretty much, Hassan, to answer your question. But yeah, those are my 2 fantasy WrestleMania bookings. I don't really have nothing else besides that, to be honest. I would love to see in their prime Shelton Benjamin versus Kofi Kingston, like going back years. The athleticism that they both can display years ago was just phenomenal. I would love to see that match.
If I were into wrestling like how I am now a little while ago, I probably would have seen how good Shelton Benjamin is, but they don't really use him well enough for me to really see how good of a wrestler he is.
Correct. Totally agree with you. I tell you what, though, they were trying to get Shelton Benjamin a push many years ago when he got separated from Team Angle. And that Monday Night Raw match he had with Shawn Michaels, even though he lost, the whole world saw how good of a wrestler he was that night. And they tried to give him a little push. Didn't happen. But he did become Intercontinental Champion at one time. He did. He did get a singles title. Shawn Michaels versus Triple H. Nah. saw it already. I saw it too, Sweet Pistol Pete. I can't go with that. Look, y'all can give us some of y'all WrestleMania fantasy bookings if y'all would like to. Put it in the comments. Go right ahead. I will say it out loud right here on this show. But yes,
Oh, you know what else would be
go ahead.
interesting? It'd be like a fight for Vince McMahon, Austin Theory versus Shane McMahon.
You know, I thought that was going to happen when Shane came back at the Royal Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
I really thought that was going to happen. I think that would have been a great matchup. Just didn't happen. We've seen
Yeah.
Shane in the ring with many people, like um AJ Styles, Undertaker, Kevin Owens, to name a few. But I think if we would have got, and we still could get this one day. What are your thoughts about Shane versus Seth Rollins?
Ooh, that's good. That's really good. Seth Rollins right now, I love Seth Rollins right now with his little funny heel thing. But for the future, because I think Shane McMahon is like going through some stuff with WWE too, because of the Royal Rumble. But if he comes back to wrestle, I'd like to see Seth Rollins and Shane. That'd be a great match. Because Shane McMahon does some crazy things.
Does he?
Yeah.
Shane is in a world of his own. Melinda, no, it's going to be Pat McAfee versus Austin Theory. Austin Theory confronted Pat on SmackDown and smacked the taste out of his mouth. That's what it's going to be. Austin Theory versus Pat McAfee. Hey, what if during the Pat McAfee and Austin Theory match, Shane McMahon comes out?
I'd like to see it. I'd like to see that.
I think that crowd will go nuts if that happened. If that here come the money, that music start. I think the crowd will go nuts. Oh my goodness. You're watching Over the Top Rope Wrestling Show. I'm Mr. Steal Your Dibs. There's Kira. She's taking the place for Tantalizing Tony. Tantalizing Tony's having a bad day. He lost the YouTube championship. So he's hurt right now. Hopefully we get him back next week if he's feeling better. Maybe he'll regain the title. I don't know, but he lost the title. So I feel bad for my friend, man. But keep my friend in your prayers. Let's go to our last topic, Miss Kira. We're gonna go to what's happening tonight. The AEW Revolution pay-per-view. We're
Ooh.
gonna give our predictions on who's going to win from the first match all the way to the main event. Everybody stick with us right quick. Let's start with QT Marshall versus Hook. Who do you have, Miss Kira?
Even though I haven't seen him with my own two eyes, I've heard a lot of good stuff about him. I'm gonna go with Hook. Hasn't he been on like a streak?
He hasn't lost yet.
I'm going with Hook.
Hook is hot in the wrestling world. He's on
Yes.
memes. He's talked about. QT Marshall will not defeat Hook. I'm going with Hook. So me and Kira agree. Next matchup. House of Black taking on Eric Redbeard, a.k.a. Eric Rowan from back in the day,
Mm-hmm.
Penta, and Pac. I'm going to go with House of Black. I think House of Black gets the win. What about you?
I'm gonna just say House of Black because I like Malachi Black.
But everyone likes Malachi Black.
Honestly, I think he needs to. I really haven't seen him wrestle a lot. I've seen a lot of his vignettes and promos and stuff, but I like to see him win. I don't think he's been beating people up. I haven't really seen him in an actual match. I like to see him win a match. So I think tonight's the night. And they gotta build some. They gotta build some heat with the House of Black. They gotta give him some kind of record.
Yes, it's kind of sporadic on TV. Not on a consistent basis like he should be. No match, or he might just pop up. I like to see him in matches every week because he's over with the crowd. He needs to be on TV, and that's just the bad thing about AEW's roster. Is just so many people, and then the TV time is going to be a fight. But yeah, House of Black. Also, Layla Hirsch versus Chris Statlander. I'll go first. Chris Statlander.
I do not like Chris Statlander. I don't know. There's just something about her. I mean, she's a good wrestler, but jeez Louise, I think it's her personality.
Oh my God! Is it because she's an alien?
But I will go with Chris because she's pretty popular. Layla Hirsch, isn't she the one that was like a boxer?
Yeah, like a boxer, and he was friends with Chris in Red Velvet, and then that fell apart. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going with Chris Statlander. I don't think Layla Hirsch has enough people behind her that they'd be happy for her to win.
Okay. Joe Smith is dying. Am I Jay Lethal? No, I'm not Jay Lethal. I've met Jay Lethal, but I'm not Jay Lethal. Yes. I told Jay Lethal years ago when I met him, man. I said, yo, Jay, it's time to cut the hair, man. You losing it, bro. You're losing it. And he see he cut it. But no, I'm not Jay Lethal. Nathaniel Araby says he thinks it was a good idea adding Buddy Matthews. Sammy Talks agrees with Nathaniel Araby. I don't know. I just feel a little different, man. I think Buddy Matthews could be better off on his own, but let's see how this works out. I'm gonna give it a shot. It might be a great idea. I'll give it a shot. Let's move on to the main card. Here we go. We have Matt Hardy, Andre El Idolo, and Isaiah Cassidy taking on Sammy Guevara, Darby Allin, and Sting. I'll let you go first on this one.
I'm gonna go with Darby Allin, Sting, and Sammy. Because I feel, one, they have the fans behind them. Two, I feel like they're the more dominant team. And three, I just don't like the other one. I mean, I want Andrade to win. I want Andrade versus Sammy, and I want Sammy to lose the title to Andrade.
Okay.
That's what I want from them. But for this match, I'm going to go with Darby, Sting, and Sammy.
I'm not. I'm going with Matt Hardy, Andrade, and Isaiah Cassidy. After what I saw on AEW Rampage the other night, Darby had some beef with Sammy. Sammy went to shake his hand. Darby left the ring all upset. I'm thinking there's some tension between the two that's going to cost them this matchup tonight. So I'm going with Hardy, Andrade, and Isaiah Cassidy. Now we got the big old Casino Royale ladder match. Winner gets a shot at the TNT Championship. We have Orange Cassidy. We have Wardlow, Keith Lee, Christian, Powerhouse Hobbs, and Ricky Starks. I'm going to go first. Ricky Starks got the FTW Championship. I'm crashing him out. I'm scratching out Powerhouse Hobbs. I'm scratching out Keith Lee also. I don't think they're going to go that route yet.
What?
Yes. Now, final three, Christian, Wardlow, and Orange Cassidy. One of these guys are going to win this. And I'm going to say this. They're trying to give Wardlow a push. They just put Christian back on TV for AEW. He hasn't been in a wrestling match since he lost the Impact Championship. But everyone loves Orange Cassidy. Has Orange Cassidy gotten a title shot yet? Any type of title shot? I don't think so. I don't think he has. I'm going with Orange Cassidy. Yes, I am.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious. Yes, I am.
No way. That's crazy. I think Orange Cassidy, I don't know. I really don't see him in the title picture.
I see him for the TNT title eventually.
I mean, the crowd loves him. Everyone loves him. But he's okay.
I'm with you that he's okay too. But like you said, the crowd loves him. Yes. Who do you have
All
winning?
right. Well, I've narrowed it down to Keith Lee, Wardlow, and Christian Cage. Now, for Wardlow, he's gonna turn soon. He's gonna
Yes.
turn face on MJF and the rest of them. So I don't know if it's gonna happen tonight. I hope it happens tonight. But this could be something. Like if he wins this and MJF comes out to congratulate him, he's like, "No, you put me through too much." Or if MJF causes, or what's his name? The chairman.
Oh, Sean Spears.
Yes. If he comes and costs him the match, then that could start their little breakup. But I'm gonna go ahead and eliminate Wardlow because he has too much going on. So Keith Lee or Christian Cage, I don't know. Keith Lee just got here. I really want to see him with the push because he's really good. A lot of people have been wanting to see him. He's finally here. So I don't know if that's enough to give him this opportunity. But Christian Cage is with Jurassic Express. This is a toughie. This is difficult. I'm gonna go with Keith Lee.
All right.
This is hard. I don't know.
I got Orange Cassidy. Hunter Iggy. Number one, Hunter Iggy. Do you see a Tantalizing Tony on here anywhere? No. There's no Tantalizing Tony here at all. It is me, Mr. Steal Dibs, and it's Kira right there. Tantalizing Tony lost the YouTube championship last night. He's feeling bad. He didn't want to come on the show and anything, so he's out. But I'm going to go ahead and answer your question. What if Seth Rollins is waiting for Shane McMahon? Then his song to hit it play, and they played it again. The lights go out. Then Cody Rhodes. Oh, if Cody Rhodes show out, okay, I got you. I don't think Cody's going to be at WrestleMania. I don't think it's going to happen. If it does happen, I think 2 days will happen. The crowd might still boo Cody Rhodes like they've been doing, or they're cheering. One of the two. We'll see. Nathaniel Araby says Wardlow doesn't win, comes to help CM Punk win.
Oh,
I like
nice.
that one. I like that one, Nathaniel. Hey, that might happen. We will see. Moving on. Here we go. Chris Jericho versus Eddie Kingston. I'll let you go first.
This is hard. This is really difficult because Chris Jericho, I feel like he doesn't need to win. I feel like he's built up his reputation in AEW enough that I'd like to see Eddie Kingston win. Eddie Kingston's a really hard worker. He's a good wrestler. He's good on the mic. He's real. So I feel like Eddie Kingston should take this one. Okay. I hope that's not the wrong. Because Chris Jericho, he's really good. He's helping. I feel like Chris Jericho is helping Eddie Kingston get to the top because he's already Chris Jericho's Chris Jericho. Everyone knows him. So I want him to help Eddie Kingston out as far as his career and give him the win for tonight.
Chris Jericho was the most, how did I say this, important signing of AEW when AEW first started. He was the big name that they needed. The choice to put the belt on him to be their first AEW World Champion was the right move because he was the big name in the company. Chris Jericho will never see the AEW Championship ever again unless they give him one last run and he's about to retire. He will never be a World Champion ever again. Chris Jericho pretty much helps everyone get over. The Pinnacle, MJF, Orange Cassidy. That's what he's doing. And once again, he is going to help Eddie Kingston get his first big victory. Eddie Kingston doesn't have a big victory over anyone, but he gets it tonight. Eddie Kingston over Chris Jericho. Book it. And yeah. Steven Chambers. Kingston wins. No handshake, low blow. And Santana and Ortiz will join Kingston. Hey, that might happen. It's
Interesting.
very interesting, and we get those three probably versus Jericho, Sammy, and Hager. That
I
is a
like that.
great, great. I like that, Steven Chambers. Thank you. All right, John Moxley versus Brian Danielson. This is tough because Brian Danielson doesn't have a big win. He doesn't.
Yeah. But I feel like he came to AEW to help the smaller guys, but John Moxley's not a smaller guy. So I don't know, and I really want them to see, I really want to see them together. But they had to have this match first. So I don't know. Who do you have?
Who do I have? It's tough because like John Moxley is just coming back from rehab. Brian Danielson has not won a big match. He's lost to Kenny. He's lost to Hangman Adam Page. So this is a limbo. Like, what's going to happen between these two? Who's going to win? But I'm going to go out on a limb since he just came back. I'm going with John Moxley.
I'm going with Danielson
Okay.
because I feel like this may be in my imagination. This is all imagination, but if Danielson wins, then Moxley will be like, okay, I respect you. I think you're good enough to be my partner. And then that's when they join together. But it all depends on what they're going to do with them, if they're actually going to put them together or not.
Right. Steven Chambers, if there's a time limit, it would be
Oh.
good possibility. I thought about that. Yeah, I thought about it. Because if they're going to be a tag team, that might happen. A great match that goes to a draw. Good possibility, Steven Chambers. Now, CM Punk versus MJF. I'm going first.
Yeah, please.
Kira, I just want to let you know that this rivalry will not end after tonight. It's going to extend. This will not be the end of this rivalry. It is too good. It is so relatable. Like Bubba Dudley said on Busted Open. Like I was like, yeah, you're so right. It's so relatable, you know. But with all that being said, like I said, this rivalry goes to the next pay-per-view or the next big event on Dynamite. And CM Punk gets the victory tonight over MJF. Think about it. CM Punk already did his job the first time they wrestled. MJF got the victory. CM Punk gets the victory this time, and there will be a third match. Book it. CM Punk wins tonight.
You know, I forgot they had a match already, so I will go with CM Punk. I was going to go with MJF because I was like, MJF, he's been a big fan. Now he messed him up in the head, so he's going to get his revenge back. But he already got his revenge. He's fine. I'm going to go with CM Punk. CM Punk has a lot of anger in him. So this dog, he's going to take advantage of this dog collar match for sure.
Totally agree with you. Totally agree. TBS Championship. Tay Conti versus Jade Cargill. I'll let you go first.
I feel like Jade Cargill has been on a winning streak. She's too dominant. She's Superwoman right now in the AEW. I feel like Tay Conti was just thrown in there. So I think Jade's gonna win.
I totally agree. I think they just threw Tay Conti in there to give Jade a match at this pay-per-view.
Yeah.
I don't think they had anybody to go up against Jade, to be honest with you. I just don't feel they did. But Jade Cargill retains. Jade Cargill is still undefeated, hasn't lost. I don't know who can beat her unless they put like a Thunder Rosa, Serena Deeb, one of them against her eventually. But we shall see. Jade Cargill retains. Stephen Chambers agrees with both of us. The tag team match for the AEW Tag Team Championships. Red Dragon Young Bucks, Jurassic Express. I'll go first again. Tonight, tonight, you're going to see somewhat of a explosion slash implosion between the elite. And I'm telling you, Kenny Omega is about to come back soon. And things about to get rectified. Adam Cole wants to be in charge of the elite. Let's go back years ago when Kenny Omega kicked Adam Cole out of Bullet Club. Yeah, I'm going back there. After Adam Cole went to NXT. And here we are. Kenny Omega's taking a break. Adam Cole comes, and now he wants to be in charge of everything. This will start an implosion where you're going to see um, Adam Cole and Red Dragon take on Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks soon. This is going to happen. But this implosion happens tonight where Jurassic Express keeps the World Tag Team Championships.
Okay. Well, my thought process was with this was, I feel like even though Jurassic Express they're the tag team champions, I feel like this match is all about Red Dragon and the Young Bucks and their fight for Adam Cole. So I was going to say that Jurassic Express was going to lose, but I'm going to say they retain because Red Dragon and Young Bucks are going to be too into themselves to be focused on the match right now. So I think Jurassic Express is going to take their distractionness for weakness and retain.
I'll say this. The Young Bucks will be the ones getting pinned, and that'll keep Red Dragon looking strong. Steven Chambers says Red Dragon, new tag team champs, and Daniel Abbey also says Red Dragon, the new tag team champs. Hey, we'll see. We will see.
I'd love to see it, but I don't think they're going to do it.
I don't think so. I'll disagree with y'all respectfully. The AEW Women's Championship. We've seen a classic before between these two. Will we get another classic between Dr. Britt Baker taking on Thunder Rosa? I'll let you go first.
All right. I'd love to see a new champion because I'm kind of getting sick of Britt Baker.
What? Had it for a year.
I know. She's very dominant. She's very good. She's a good wrestler. She's good on the mic. She's a good heel. She's a good everything. She has a whole package. But I just don't think she needs it anymore. Like, honestly, when I think of the women's division of AEW, I think of Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. Like, I think they need to give other people some shine. Because right now, I don't think the AEW women's division is doing too good. So I want to see Thunder Rosa win. That's what I really, really want. But I'm going to go with Britt Baker.
AEW has to do better with building their female wrestlers as stars. They do. It's just, you got Jade Cargill. They're building her up from scratch. Britt Baker, for sure. Thunder Rosa is famous. But we don't see Thunder Rosa on AEW enough. Let's see her on AEW more. Let's see Ty Conti, such and such. Let's see them more. I think they could have built this matchup even better than what they have. Now, can Thunder Rosa be the face of the female division? Do you think she can do that?
No.
I don't think she can just right now. Now, hear me out, people. Thunder Rosa is a better wrestler than Britt Baker. She is better in the ring. Don't get me wrong. But when we're looking at easy on the eyes, that's what they look at also in professional wrestling. They're like, man, Britt Baker is pretty, da-da-da-da-da. This is the one. And due to that reason, for right now, this belt isn't coming off for Britt Baker. Until I feel that they can successfully build a great storyline in the women's division with a certain female wrestler, then I'll feel that Britt is going to lose. But tonight will not be the night. Britt lost already to Thunder Rosa in their first meeting. It won't happen tonight. Not at all. Britt Baker retains. Yes, they're going to be interference from Mercedes Martinez and Britt Baker's crew, Rebel, and I can't think of her name, but my
Jamie
girl.
Hayter.
Yes, Jamie Hayter, my girl, Jamie Hayter. Correct. So we'll see, but I'm sticking with Britt Baker. LTK. LTK says Britt and Jade can be there, Sasha and Charlotte. They can. They can. I mean,
Yeah.
they're not as good as those two, but they
Yeah.
can.
When you look at Britt and Jade, they have the titles. They have star power, but they're mediocre at wrestling. Like, there's better wrestlers, but they just have the look. And they have the mic skills. And they can wrestle, but not as good as some of the other girls in the locker room. So if they have a girl that has the whole package and can wrestle, they're in danger. Britt Baker and Jade are in danger.
Well, I'll say this about Jade. Jade is still green after being a year in. And I think she has all the abilities to be great. I just keep seeing her getting better and better and better. And I think once she finally is able to polish everything, I think Jade's going to be one of the biggest women stars there is.
Yeah.
And LTK makes a good point right here. For what AEW has to work with, Britt and Jade are the best as far as star power. Yes. Bingo. Bingo. As far as star power, you are correct, LTK. Definitely. And we're going to go to the last match, the AEW World Championship match. Adam Hangman Page versus Adam Cole. I'm going to go first. My man Adam Hangman Page all of a sudden has been getting some hate from people. Like, why is he the champion? He ain't doing nothing. He ain't selling. Oh, man, we don't care about him. And then my man Adam Cole, they're like, oh, yeah, put the belt on Adam Cole. Baby. Adam Cole this, Adam Cole that. Woo, man. Like, this is tough. This is tough. But ladies and gentlemen, I sat here and said a long, long time ago that Adam Hangman Page was the man to run with for a good while. He is in his 4th month as world champion.
That's it?
That is it. Ever since November 13th. Yes, I was in Minnesota. Saw it live. Yes. Adam Hangman Page has been champion for 4 months. And I don't think they're going to end the run with Adam Hangman Page just yet. I think Adam Hangman Page is going to get at least 6 months as a world champion. And I do love Adam Cole also. Yes, I do. But I kind of think it's kind of soon. It's kind of soon that he's getting this world title shot and maybe the chance of being world champion. My opinion. But I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Hangman Adam Page will stay your AEW World Champion. Now I pass the mic over to Kira.
Well, this Battle of the Atoms match is going to be good. It's going to be interesting. I do not like Adam Page as a champ. I've been saying it for so long now. I do not think he even looks like a champion. But I do feel like putting the strap on Adam Cole right now will be a little too soon. Even though I'd love to see him with it, I think it'd be too soon. I feel like he has his own drama going on, and I feel like they rushed him into this storyline because Adam Page has had a storyline with what's the guy with the braids?
Oh, Lance Archer?
Yes. He's had something with Lance Archer, and they built that up pretty good. He lost, of course, so he needed someone else to challenge, but I feel like it hasn't been enough time for them to like build up a good storyline, build up a good story for them to tell in the ring, enough for Adam Cole to win. So I think Adam Page is going to retain as well, even though I don't want to see him retain.
Yes, indeed. Stephen Chambers, Cole, new champion, keeping belt warm until whenever Omega comes back. He doesn't dig Page for the belt. I mean, I I I think we're gonna get that rivalry with Cole and Omega due to what I said earlier. I just don't think that rivalry will happen for the world title. It'll be great. Don't get me wrong. It will be great. I just don't think it's gonna happen. I don't think so. That's just my opinion. So that is it for the show. Everyone who's watching on my page, please subscribe to Tantalizing Tony's page, which is Tantalizing Tony. You see it right there. And if you're on Tantalizing Tony's page, please subscribe to my page, Mr. Steal Your Dibs Wrestling page. Kira, do you have any last words for today before we get out of here?
Well, I wanted to say thank you guys for allowing me to co-host on this show for the first time today. Thank you, Mr. JB, for letting me co-host today. There will be a prediction show later tonight on Tantalizing Tony's YouTube channel for AEW Revolution, as well as a watch-along. We will be ordering it. I don't think this pay-per-view is stacked, but do not feel like watching it. But there'll be a watch-along on the Tantalizing Tony channel. Make sure you subscribe to Miss Cecilia Dibs' wrestling page because he has great content. Make sure you subscribe to Tantalizing Tony's wrestling page because we have good content. Share, like, comment, subscribe to both of our pages. Thank you guys for coming to the channel. I'm going to say my outro for Tantalizing Tony's thing. Make sure you hug your families, kiss your families, tell them you love them, pray to God every day because you're not promised tomorrow.
And before we go, this show here is dedicated to our good friend, Ravishing Ricky Ramon, my brother. You're in our prayers. And send you our condolences, man. Pray for you, my brother. Get well, man. So for Kira, I'm Mr. Steal Your Dibs. Until next time, peace. And stay tantalizing.
Oh, yeah.